Hello. I'm hoping that my phone is charging. Cause my charge is a little janky. I know it's Mercury retrograde, so I really don't know what's going on with that. So anyway, oh okay. I'm doing a video. Give me a second. Um. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about guilt and how that is. Sorry, the person kind of threw me off. um, and about how it devours women. I'm just starting to see like more clearly, like why women are in the positions that we are in a lot of cases. Whether it be with just different circumstances, the people that we dealing with, the issues that we are having. I'm turning my glasses off. I like just making it clear. Just all kinds of stuff that I see that is really stopping women from living their best life. One of the most common examples that I see of women who let guilt, and let me be clear, this guilt comes from patriarchy, right? So this is where this guilt comes from. And women have internalized it, and a lot of times this guilt is internalized through the teachings of our parents, and a lot of these teachings come from religion, because our parents, they introduced religion to us because they wanted, I don't know, they want us to have this moral code, right? And so this moral code is that we have been told we need to follow has been harming us, in many ways. One of the main ways is the pick me shit, every woman I know that's a pick me, like everybody I know, they got low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem because the whole energy behind being a pick me is I'll say whatever I need to do in order to have a man, in order to make a man like me, in order to be seen as a quote unquote good woman. And the whole aspect of being a good woman, a lot of it is very abusive in nature. A lot of the things that are expected of you are just abusive by themselves. Like whenever I hear men talking about how if I get a woman, she needs to do this, it's always some shit that make my stomach hurt. Like it's never failed. Like, and y'all know I'm a Cancer moon, so my stomach, that's where I get a lot of my energetic stuff from. Like, if I get a message that I need to like be fearful of something or pay attention to something, I usually feel it in my stomach. And some of the stuff I be hearing dudes say that a woman better do, like, it be making my stomach hurt. I'd be like, ugh, like you want somebody to do it every day? Like, you really expect that? Like, what the fuck? But this is because there are women who do it. And, a lot of people have noticed that a lot of men who grew up with mothers who were abused, or their mother was just this, suffering martyr, they expect these same things from their mates. And it's just crazy because, like I said, a lot of this stuff that they try to emphasize that you need to be doing is so toxic. It's like so fucked up. And then they want to guilt you for things also that I don't want to say that you don't have any control over, because I believe we all have control over certain things of our existence, but things that are ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I had a friend recently tell me that she was dating this dude and she has 3 kids, right? And so the guy has 2 kids. Now, mind you, I didn't find this out until I like dug further into the conversation. She was just telling me how he like pretty much shames her for having 3 kids and basically being unmarried, right? First of all, motherfucker, if you have a problem with her having multiple kids, and why are you even dating her? Like, why? But again, I watch men do shit like this all the time. I've had this happen to me before, so this isn't even something that like I'm shaming this person for, because I've had somebody do this to me before. But they were shaming her for having kids. So anyway, after I started like talking more to her, come to find out this motherfucker got 2 kids by 2 different women. He got 2 baby mamas. And he's sitting up here talking shit to her because she has 2 quote unquote baby daddies or whatever. She has 3 kids by 2 different men. And so that's what the kind of shit that I'm talking about, is this expectation that you're supposed to be this chaste, meal cooking, dick sucking, never complaining woman, And he don't have to do shit. He can have as many kids as he wants. He can talk to you crazy, all this kind of stuff. I just see so many women, like, even though they be like, oh, it's not me, I don't do that. Still, they tuck themselves. They tuck themselves down to be in relationships. I know women who stop wearing certain types of clothes, stop going certain kind of places, or maybe you join some of these goddamn dating groups and now you wearing these cheap ass wigs or whatever it is. But I've just seen so many women do so much shit to conform to a relationship, and then your ass get motherfucking married and you motherfucking miserable. Or you get a dude and y'all together, maybe y'all are married or whatever, maybe y'all just together, but you're miserable. And it's because you've internalized all this guilt about, well, I'm not perfect. You know, I got kids. Oh, I'm not perfect. I'm 20 pounds overweight. Oh, I'm not perfect. You know, my credit score can use some work. Oh, I'm not perfect. So you keep, because society says you have to do all these different things, you basically feel like you're imperfect. So now you wondering why you keep attracting narcissists, abusers, motherfuckers who keep gaslighting you, treating you like shit. And it's because you feel guilty about being you. Because society told you that the shit that you like to do, whether it be fucking dudes, wearing booty shorts, using profanity, what else is considered not ladylike? I don't know, having kids by more than one guy, or being divorced, or any of this shit. You let that shit weigh so deeply down on your fucking, like, on you, really, who you are, your personality, your soul, your energy, that now you walking around, like, you might have your head up, but energetically you walking around with your head down. And I'm gonna tell you, trifling ass motherfuckers, trifling ass men, abusive ass men, they just leech onto that energy. They just leech onto it. And another thing, when you really start to develop your self-love and your confidence in yourself, yes, Jar, you know, I'm gonna talk on that. Thank you for that comment. When you really love yourself and you really, like, are doing things that you really, really fucking like to do, when you meet somebody that's out of alignment with you, it's gonna instantly be like, ugh, I don't like that. You know, it's almost like eating a food you don't like. You won't even entertain it. You're not gonna be having conversations. You're not gonna be going back and forth, because you're gonna be like, this doesn't work. Yeah, so here, Ross said, inauthentic living attracts inauthentic niggas. That's some real shit. That's some of the realest shit I've heard in a long time. And Johari made the comment that auditioning to be someone's wife when he is needing to be the one proving that he is worth speaking to you to start with. So that's some real talk. That's some real talk. I think that is something that has kept me from dealing with fuckboys and effeminate niggas, because I don't audition. Most women are ready to audition. Like, the furthest I do for auditioning for male attention is when I leave the house, most of the time. Because sometimes I leave the house looking like I look right now. I will dress very nicely. I'll put on makeup. I'll do my hair. But I'm really not doing that to attract anybody. But that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing shit to audition for a dude. I know so many women that do stuff literally to audition for dudes. They go certain places because they're looking for a dude to be there, or I'm gonna do this to see what he gonna say. Like, all of that shit is really thirsty, and you're just trying to audition, and it attracts the wrong type of attention. It attracts men who are very effeminate, because you're being masculine by trying to force your will on top of it, like basically by trying to be a peacock and trying to, like, show off. You're being masculine. And for those of you who do not know, peacocks are actually male. Peahens are the female. Peacocks are the ones that show their tails, and they're showing their tails because they're trying to solicit female attention. That is essentially how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the man vying for the feminine attention, and then he attracts her, and then she goes, ooh, you know, I think he might actually be able to do something, you know, that's worth building. You know, I think he can actually build a hen, or wherever peacocks lay their eggs and stuff. That's what, so again, when you shouldn't even be trying to, like, do anything to try to get him, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what therein lies the issue. So I'll give you a perfect example of some effeminate shit that I just recently experienced. So I went out with my friend recently, and we went to this bar, and we were hanging out, and I was there just hanging out. Like, we were just having a girls' night. I wasn't even thinking about no dude or whatever. And we were just having fun dancing, and then this guy kept trying to, like, talk to me. And he was okay looking. And again, y'all know how I am about looks. Like, I don't even know why I even be trying to be nice to these dudes that be a 5, but whatever. He was a 5. So I gave him my number, and then he texted me the following day. And I almost want to read it verbatim, but it's honestly, it's one of them situations that made my stomach hurt. He text messaged me, and he was like, what would you do? How did he put it? So I almost want to go look and read it again. He says, he said, how would you, he said, can you give me an example? I almost want to read it. I want to go back and look at it. He basically said, pretend that I'm a sexy woman. What would you do to get me to, how would you talk to me? How would you get me to talk to you? That's what this grown man, he has to be, he's probably well over 35, text messaged me a day after getting my phone number. I looked at my phone and I was like, this is really, really disgusting. Like, this really makes me feel gross. Like, ugh. It just made me feel really, really nasty. Like, I was like, oh my God, you know. But if I was thirsty, if I had low self-esteem, I would have been like, oh my God, like, you know, no. Right. Exactly. Extremely suspect. I'm just like, I think you need to find a masculine woman, or you need to find a man to date, because that's very feminine. That was my, that was my initial thought process. But I was like, whoa, I was like, maybe you should date a man. Maybe you should date a man, or, find you a woman that's in masculine energy that loves to work and loves to provide. And because, I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person for you. And so I immediately blocked his number. There wasn't a conversation. I don't know what the fuck he had to say in response. I don't care. But again, that's because I'm not going to do shit to audition for somebody's attention ever again. Shit, because I used to when I was younger. But I'm not finna, like, what the fuck I look like? So, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, these niggas be doing shit to make you audition. I talked to somebody some months ago, and I remember he had did something to me. He had said, we had a falling out. And this falling out wasn't my fault. He was basically being very, 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 very bitch made. Which I will kind of talk about male emotions a little bit too, to kind of help you guys understand. He was being very bitch made, and he actually ended up apologizing to me. But what he did was he asked me to bring him something to eat. And my first mind was like, I'm not bringing you shit. But I was actually getting myself something to eat at the time when he texted me. So I got him something, and I brought it to his house. So we were sitting down and we were talking, and he actually started apologizing and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, and that's why you need to cash at me for your food. Girl, y'all should have saw his face. He was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, nigga, you got me fucked up. You pissed me off the other day. Now you're here apologizing because you knew you were out of pocket, and you had the audacity to ask me to bring you something to eat, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? That's the issue. Like, that's really the issue. These men feel entitled. They like to play these little games to make you, to try to test you. Let me tell you something. No man should be testing a woman for anything. If anything, we should be testing them. But the whole act of trying to test somebody, it's just, to me, it's really, really corny. It's really corny. It's really, really corny. And again, so when I ended up leaving where I was at the time, now he's all sad and I miss you and I wish you were here. And I'm just like, nigga, fuck you. Because you wanted a bitch to jump through hoops when I was near you. Just be really mindful of that. Like, when a dude is asking you stuff like, so what do you bring to the table? And, what would you do if, I was a woman? How would you treat me? And, oh my God. These men need to be with other men. And God forbid they meet men that are like them, because it's going to be just like how the relationships are with us. It's going to be like, two balloons hitting each other. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to be, it's stupid. And then, so one of the things I also learned too about guilt, there have been so many instances where I have felt guilty about not doing something for a man or not being a certain way and different shit like that. And when it all came down, when it was all said and done, like after I quit fucking with the person and I like moved on and I just wasn't like fooling with them no more, they always, well, most of the time they reappear in my life and they're just like, oh my God, like, I'm unable to find, what I had with you, and it's never really been the same, this, and I'm just like, well, boo fucking who, I feel that same feeling when, I'm done, you know, eating some cake. I wish I had more too. You should have savored it when you had the opportunity. Um, exactly. So that's why gay men are dealing with this. They're dealing with the same shit. So again, these men, a lot of them are very effeminate. Like they're in their feminine energy. They're not in masculine energy. So this is why they want you to pay half the bills. This is why, you know, they're always complaining and they don't ever have solutions. This is why they don't know how to plan a date. They don't know how to take initiative. They don't know how to ask you out. You know, they sitting there just staring at you and shit. That is, again, I talked about this in my last video, which is on my YouTube channel, but I'm just kind of reiterating some of these points. Is, you know, these men know that they aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Men who are doing what they're supposed to be doing are happy, they're handling business, you know, but men who don't know what they're supposed to be doing, one of the main things that they fucking do is they start blaming you for shit. Well, that's why you got all these kids. Oh, well, that's why you fat. Oh, well, that's why this, and that's why this. These niggas will talk shit and be living up in your motherfucking house. These niggas will be talking shit and be needing a fucking ride. Okay? And again, the reason why they get to these levels of shit talking and disrespect and demeaning is because they know they are out of fucking order. They're in their feminine energy. They don't know how to get into their masculine energy. And they're mad. Because who the fuck do you think you are demanding to get your meal paid for? Who do you think you are thinking that you don't have to pay no motherfucking bills? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy of, you know, a man in his feminine energy. Because they don't know how to be masculine and take care of everything by themselves. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to worship the feminine. They don't know how to, you know, make money. Yeah, so basically it's just gaslighting. Really, that's all patriarchy really is gaslighting. Patriarchy, the black church. That's pretty much how it gets its fuel. Is gaslighting women by telling you that if you have sex too young, you're unworthy. If you have kids by multiple men, or if you get divorced, you know, you're unworthy. If you use profanity, if you fat, if you got a smart mouth, all this stuff, you're not worthy. All of that is some bullshit. Because most of these dudes' mamas is like that, and they think they mamas are the shit. So, whatever. Exactly. And so society has put them on this high pedestal. And as women are returning back to their divine feminine energy, these men don't understand. They don't understand. You don't want to propose to me? I have a dick. You don't want to split half the bills? So there's that. They try to blame it on the feminist movement. And okay, you can talk all day about the feminist movement. There are masculine men right now that aren't having any complaints about feminism. Why? Because they're taking care of business, they're paying bills, they're taking care of their shit, they invest in money, they, you know, are with the women they want to be with, and so they don't have time to complain. Men who spend a lot of time complaining are in feminine energy. Manipulation, I'm going to tell y'all this. I said this in my last video. Manipulation and being indecisive is low vibrational feminine energy. So all these men that are doing that, they're on the low end of feminine energy. They're still being feminine. Exactly. If you assert yourself, if you have boundaries, if you don't speak softly, these niggas, that intimidates somebody who is feminine. That doesn't intimidate a masculine dude. You being assertive. Matter of fact, you having boundaries, you saying stuff like, well, okay, you want to be with me. Okay, you want to do this. Well, you're going to have to do this first, and then we can do that. That actually makes masculine men they love that. Because then there's an opportunity for them. It's another challenge for them. Okay, she said I got to buy her a house. Okay, I'm going to buy that house. It gives them fuel. So like, don't even be feeling bad about these niggas. Like when niggas, like I had this nigga tell me, this nigga's hairline is so fucking far back. He's not even a full 31 years old. His hairline is so fucking far back. So I know that his hormones are fucked up. His hairline's so far back. And this nigga had the audacity to tell me, you know, you're going to always be single. And again, I want to be clear. Men, oh my God, if that is a threat, baby, as miserable as most married women are, that is not a motherfucking threat. I'm gonna be single forever. You mean I ain't gotta clean up after, I'm never gonna have to clean up after a motherfucker? But myself? Oh wow. I don't have to make food for a hungry ass motherfucker and his friends. Wow. I don't have to listen to video games being played and other dumb, goofy shit that I be hearing married women be dealing with. Wow. Oh my God. It's not an insult. So if there's any men that happen to watch this video, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, that's why you're gonna be single. Nigga, that's fine. Do you know how much laundry for a house of 4 people? That's a lot of fucking laundry. It is. And if I ain't gotta deal with it, then I mean, nigga, you're not making me. Exactly. Men do not know how much work they are for women. They do not know, feminine men especially. Men who are in their masculine energy don't tend to be as much work, but relationships essentially are kind of work because you always have to be considerate of the other person's feelings. It's emotional labor, and a lot of men, they can so freely say that because they've never had to do emotional labor for anybody. So they can so freely be like, oh, that's why you're gonna be single. Okay, nigga, no emotional labor. Wow. I'm so sad that I'll probably live an extra 10 years. Because I haven't been stressing over a husband or a boyfriend or a baby daddy or trying to get somebody to marry me or trying to get somebody to pick up their socks, trying to get somebody to wash dishes. Oh, God, that's horrible. Fuck out of here. Women are earning more than they've ever earned. So money, again, money is not going to be a thing. So, again, whenever men tell me, well, I don't think I should have to pay all the bills. Okay. I'll just take care of everything by myself. And it'll be kind of just the same, because if I was living with you and paying half my bills and taking care of all of my personal expenses, it's kind of really the same as me having my own apartment. So it doesn't say something that affects me. That's not really doing it. So again, all of this guilt about not having no man or not being married or because you got multiple kids, again, one of the things that's helped me not feel or release the guilt or release the shame or whatever regarding some of the things that I have going on in my life that aren't considered like normal is I follow women, black women, who have kids, who aren't married, who travel the world, who own and buy homes, who own businesses, who don't work 9 to 5s and homeschool. I mean, they're comfortable. So again, I have examples of black women who are living their best lives, and there isn't a man in fucking sight. And they have stories to tell about how men, the hindrances that men have put in their path because these men weren't in their masculine energy. So, miss me with the bullshit of the sob story, because I can always have one of my Morehouse brothers or somebody in the damn neighborhood that can help me fix some shit, who can cut some grass. It's not, y'all act like, again, I don't think men, you guys are not, well, I guess maybe what you haven't been understanding because no one has been telling you is dealing with some of you motherfuckers who don't have y'all shit together is hard work. It's hard work, it's expensive, and in a lot of cases, you guys lower the quality of a life for women. My quality of life diminished greatly after my last relationship. Had I not fucked with that person, had I just kept doing what the fuck I was doing, I personally feel like I would be so much better off. It was a learning experience. I can't go back and change it. There were some good things that came out of it. However, economically, emotionally, psychologically, my life, my everything in my life got worse dealing with this person. And this is not somebody who was beating my ass. This isn't somebody that was bringing, up, women all up through my house or whatever. It wasn't even that. It was the emotional labor. It was the emotional labor and the lack of communication, and that's a lot when you're dealing with another person. Just imagine being friends with somebody and they don't tell you certain things, but y'all in business together, or they watch your kids sometimes or whatever. It's frustrating when you're like, girl, why you didn't tell me you ate all my goddamn cereal? That shit is frustrating. And it gets worse when people not telling you that there are bills not getting paid, or they're not telling you just a whole bunch of shit. Just lack of communication is just bad on relationships on all fronts, but it gets worse when somebody don't have the chutzpah to fucking speak up and be an adult. Exactly. Exactly, Johari. Masculine men make the load lighter. I've experienced that. Oh, that's another thing. You made me think about something else. Again, for these men out here that want to try to shame women that want to marry up, or feel that men should pay all of the bills, um, or women who just have high standards, and you guys try to like place this guilt on her and tell her, well, you ain't gonna ever get married, or you gonna always be single, and ain't nobody gonna ever deal with that. Let me tell you, motherfuckers, something very clearly. Let me be very, very clear. I've had probably 3 or 4 men that I personally know tell me, like, well, if you gonna be like that, you ain't gonna never get this. At the times that they told me that, I had already been getting that shit. Let me repeat myself. At the time that these niggas tried to guilt me and tell me I was never gonna have a nigga pay my bills, I was never gonna have a nigga do this for me, I was never gonna be able to get a man because I have this and this standard, nine, I'll say out of those 3 to 4 times, all but one of those times, I was already doing that. Meaning, there was already a man paying my bills. I already had somebody asking me, oh, you need tires? How much is that? Okay, I'll cash app it. Okay, come by my job. I'll write you a check. Oh, okay. Your kids need this? I got that. So when you guys are trying to guilt women into, ain't nobody gonna never, it's somebody already doing it. Your broke ass can't do it, and that's the problem. That's why you're trying to make somebody feel bad and feel guilty and feel shame, because this is what people do. They project. So the guilt that these men are feeling because they don't meet the standard, they can't house you, they can't provide for you, they can't provide for children. They're projecting it onto you by telling you that you're never going to have shit because they ain't never had shit. Please understand that. It's not you. Okay, sorry. My video got cut off. Good old Mercury retrograde, right? But anyway, so that was the point I was making, is that, you know, that's part of why all of this even exists. You know, men trying to tell women that it's impossible for them to get certain relationships and stuff like that. It's because these men are incapable of themselves. So ultimately, they want you, they're angry and shit, like they be mad, but they want you to lower your standards so that you are accessible to them. That's really what all of that is about. I'm telling you that it's impossible, you ain't gonna never be able to get this, you ain't gonna be able to get that. And so it is really those men's personal shortcomings and their sense of inner guilt that makes them get so angry and start telling you what you ain't gonna ever be, and how you need to lose weight, and how your titties too saggy, and blah blah. All of that bullshit comes from men who know that they can't do shit for you. Okay, so release the guilt when that kind of shit starts happening. You know, if you come in contact with a man who starts doing stuff like that to you, you just basically need to just know that that man is very weak, and he doesn't feel good about himself, and he probably wishes he could be a woman himself because he don't think it's fair that you're able to get stuff, and you know, you don't have to work hard for it, basically. So that's really where that comes from, is men feeling inadequate. They want you to feel inadequate. That's it. There's no magical formula. There's no, well, if I wear skirts, or if I wear cheap wigs, or if I get on all fours and scrub the floor, or if I go to, you know, a wife program, if I do this, you know, then I'm gonna be able to get a man. No, that's just an insecure person trying to project their shortcomings onto you so that you can lower your self-esteem, lower your value, lower your standards, so that then they can be accessible to you. I have never met a man that had a whole bunch of rules about what a woman needs to do that actually turned out to be a great partner. Never. I mean, look at T.I. Perfect example. Somebody who, you know, has all these different rules for his daughter, and, you know, feels some kind of way about his wife cheating on him and all this kind of stuff like this. But he treats, you know, from what I understand, he treats his wife like shit, you know, and it's pretty clear, you know, that he doesn't really respect her. But they just do that. They go back and forth or whatever with their shit. But regardless, men who vibrate on that, they are usually very abusive. That's why they got all these fucking rules. because they're like, they give you all these rules because the minute you step out of them rules, and that is his opportunity to abuse you. Well, I told you I don't like you wearing them skirts. Well, I told you I wanted my dinner every night. Well, I told you I wanted 5 kids. You know, they got all these goddamn rules, and it's like, yeah, once you step out of that and step out of that boundary, he starts trying to abuse you. And yeah, the more rules that he has, the more weak and inadequate he is. That's what Johari says, and I fully fucking agree. So that's where that comes from, and it's so powerful and it's so wonderful when you're able to release the guilt and the shame associated with some of the quote unquote rules of patriarchy, because you realize that you're not broken, you're not trash, you're still valuable, you're still important. And just because somebody who, lives with his mama and, has to basically hitch rides from other women, just because his ass want to say some fucked up shit to you doesn't mean that that's, how you should be treated. And you know what? Not even that. Some of these dudes do be professional men. They have degrees, they're doctors, they're attorneys, and they try to use that as a tool to abuse you. So please don't negate or ignore the fact that some of these guys do have money and education and stuff like that, and they use that to kind of throw their weight around. So again, watch out for these rules. Watch out for these rules that these guys may have, because that'll really, really show you where his mind is. Because if he approaches you with some shit like, well, you don't have any kids, do you? Well, you don't have this, do you? Well, you don't have this, do you? Like, just be mindful, because he's basically trying to size you up. He's not just organically attracted to you. He's trying to size you up, and that's not attractive either. You know what I mean? Just be really, really mindful of that, because a lot of these men, they come with the expectation of with breaking you down to nothing, with really getting you to a place where you don't have shit, you feel like you ain't shit, and then he can just keep tap dancing on top of your insecurities, because that's the only way to make him feel better about himself. A lot of men are very, very insecure. That was something that I've learned this year. I've always heard people say it, and I would be like, well, how are they insecure when they pretty much run everything? I'm assuming it's because, their mamas didn't hold them when they were little. That's something that's real big in communities now. They're telling you to hold your babies because folks didn't used to hold their kids. I'm assuming that's the problem. They weren't held by their mothers when they were little. I don't know. But a lot of men do really have very low self-esteem, and they will do whatever to break yours down too. Because misery absolutely loves company. So just really release like that whole guilt thing of feeling like you're inadequate just because some ashy motherfucker who's inadequate told you that you're inadequate. Like, seriously. Like, just really think about that. Like, where was this person at when they were treating you like shit? If they was in a fucked up situation too, if they was ashy as fuck too, chances are they were projecting all of their fucked up shit onto you and doing an energy transfer and making you feel bad when there was nothing for you to feel fucking bad about. So they're stealing your energy ultimately, as well. So it's really, really important to do that. I always advise cord cutting. When you break up with somebody, y'all get a divorce or shit like that, because some of these motherfuckers would just try to use your energy continuously, in different ways. And one of the things that a lot of women don't know is that feminine energy actually fuels masculine energy. So a lot of times, if you would just leave these motherfuckers alone, stop speaking to them, stop giving them energy, it just sucks the living life out of them. Like, it just sucks the living life out of them when you don't talk to them, or you give them one-word responses. Like, oh my God, it drains them so much, because they need feminine energy to fuel them. Whether it's you crying, whether it's you giving them sex, whether it's you rubbing their back, they need feminine energy. So if you just stop giving it to them, it's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Also, calling your power back is another powerful practice that I've used that works very well. But yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Patriarchy is basically a system created around invoking female guilt over and over and over and over and over and over until you feel like you ain't shit, although you're the most powerful being in the universe. So really unplugging from patriarchy is big. Um, I think I told you guys I don't really listen to hip hop music anymore. I don't really go on spaces that are focused on defaming female energy anymore. Really, I just try to have less and less and less of that in my life because I see how detrimental it is to the female psyche and the female mind. Um, yes, I did a get over it spell in September, and I know it helped me a lot. So you're welcome. Cause I'm telling you, that shit is real, man. You gotta move past the shit that these dudes the shit they be talking about be so stupid. It be so dumb. It be so stupid. But it's just like when you don't fully know yourself, it's challenging. It's very, very, very challenging. Cause I'm telling y'all, I have an ex that tries me. He still every now and then he'll try me. Every now and then he'll try me, and I just remind myself like he's gotten out of pocket. He's forgotten, and he always gets reminded. He always gets reminded that like, no, I can't fuck with her. So there's that. But yes, please, please. This is the second part. I'm gonna upload both to YouTube. I'm gonna try to like merge them together. But please, please, please reconsider the shit that you're guilty about, the people that you be tiptoeing around, the things you don't say, the tongue holding, all that shit. Like reevaluate that shit because chances are you being nice and you trying to be, you know, Mother Mary instead of being Kali Ma is what's holding you fucking back. Because you want to be, again, that whole being nice and keep being quiet, that's some bullshit from patriarchy. That is not like, that's not feminine energy. It's not feminine energy to hold in your thoughts. It's just unhealthy, period. For anybody to just hold in how you feel. So again, that's why like as soon as I smell, you know, male, an effeminate male that is, you know, is interested in me. I mean, if he's effeminate and that's what he does and he's open with that, that's whatever. But you're trying to date me or talk to me, again, it makes my stomach hurt and I just be instantly out of it. As soon as I hear some feminine shit, I'm out of it. I don't even want to have nothing to do with it. And unfortunately, what I'm seeing is it's because of the way society has done these men. A lot of them are in feminine energy, but they're not going to return or find out how to be masculine until we all stop giving them energy. Like we have to stop fueling them. Oh my God, we fuel them so much. We fuel them so much. You be arguing with them. I have a friend. She always arguing with niggas on Facebook. I just be like, girl, you be draining so much of your motherfucking energy arguing with these niggas on Facebook. They don't want to agree with you. Please reevaluate why you have all of these angry men on your Facebook that are always commenting on your posts, arguing with you. The guilt. So anyways, that's that. I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm going to try to merge these videos together for YouTube. Yeah, he needed to be stabbed because that's some fucked up shit. Like, why the fuck would you even... Yeah, that's trifling. And I'm glad you're okay because that's fucked up. But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to start uploading now so that I can merge the videos together. And, yeah, arguing is very not masculine at all. Very not masculine, nigga. Oh my God, y'all. I had a situation where this dude got mad at me while he was arguing with me. He walked out of the, we were outside arguing. He walked in the house because he was like, well, whatever. He walked in the house. I'm thinking, okay, fine, he gone. He finna go in the house. This nigga walked back outside to argue some more. I was like, nigga, you act like a project bitch. You act like a fucking hood rat. Did you really just walk in your house and walk back out because you want to argue some more? Bitch made. You literally act like a fucking like angry woman. Like, who does that? And then he's like, I don't even understand. This is one of the niggas who told me I was never gonna have nobody take care of me, and I was just like, nigga, there's niggas sending me money right now. You're not gonna take care of me because you don't have the capacity. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? How this behavior is layered? Like, they give you so many signs that they're not masculine and that they're incapable. They can't even fucking communicate. And if you sit there and you deal with that shit, you are going to turn into his mother or you're going to turn into, or you're just going to be being abused by him and used by him. Just straight up. That's why I don't even get when men get all bitchy with me. I just be like, okay, all right, girl, tell me how you feel, girl, with your emotions. Because if you can't be a grown man and have a conversation and be like, look, I'm upset about this, this, and this. We need to talk about this. We need to fix this. You can't have a conversation with me like that. You want to be getting an attitude and be damn near getting ready to roll your neck at me? Nigga, fuck you. Grow the fuck up. Get some balls. I'm not going to keep arguing back and forth. So, there's that. You know, like I said, stop letting these niggas guilt you, man. These niggas be, oh my God. And the minute you get loud, the minute you get mad, you know what I'm saying? You're giving him energy. Don't even be getting mad at this nigga. Just don't even care. Apathy is literally my best friend. Just don't even give a fuck. Hey, girl. That's exactly how I be. I'm like, all right, girl. That's how they be acting. Girl, he probably was the bitch. And that's why this is why these relationships be so fucking exhausting to us ladies. Because these men are acting like women. And so you're acting like the woman. I'm acting like the man. You know, you're doing, and even if it's not financial, you be doing the masculine part of the job. It's exhausting. Unless you're a masculine driven woman, it's really, really tiring. Yeah, I had one dude that wanted to break up and get back together, break up and get back together, break up and get back together. And I told him, like, after the second time, like, I don't do this. You know, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. Man, like the third or fourth time, I was like, you know what? Because he said he repeated it back to me. Oh, I don't do it either. That's not what I do. Man, on time number 3 or 4, I was like, dude, you're a liar. You like doing this. You like going back and forth. You're thriving on this fucking drama. You need to watch Jerry Springer and leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, you have to really not care for real. And I think that's the issue with a lot of women. We actually care. We care way, way, way too much. And it's just like, stop caring, girl. Honestly, since I stopped caring, my life has been, since I've been on my old Marion, okay, my mood, my life has improved tremendously. Since I've been on my old Marion, okay, I just don't, okay. Okay, you say I'm going to be living with cats the rest of my life, cool. Cool. I've already had kids, so I don't, you know, that's not gonna work. You're not gonna make me feel bad. I've already had children. I've already dealt with this. I've already lived with a man before. You're not gonna, again. I'm not gonna stop guilt. I'm not guilt. Black women do need to stop caring so much. Just like when black women were sharing that death row story about that dude who turned out he was actually actually a real rapist. And all these black women were sharing that video, and I was just like, why do y'all care about this nigga? Why do y'all care? I wanted to, like, reach through the screen and, like, choke some of y'all. Y'all were like, we have to get him off of death row. Why? Why do you care? Do you and your kids have somewhere to live? Do you have $10,000 saved? No. I know the fuck I don't have $10,000 saved. That's why I don't give a fuck about what's going on with this other bullshit. No, I'm not going to sit up here and keep, you know, it's just stupid. Yeah, he was really a rapist. There's proof that he raped a 12-year-old girl. Documents are, you can Google the documents. They're preparing and open. That's why I just be like, that's why I don't even like news stories. Again, low vibrational shit. I don't give a fuck about what's going. I need to make sure I got something to eat today. I need to make sure I got somewhere to live. I need to make sure I got this. I need to make sure I got other things to be worried about, and then what's going on in the motherfucking news. I wish black women would just stop with the news. We did the same shit with police brutality, and then you can get on anybody's internet channels, and see black men talking shit about black women all day. And I'm like, when y'all gonna stop caring? Right, care about the right shit. Okay, care about the right shit. Just like everybody posting stories about this sex trafficking. What are you gonna do about the sex trafficking? Oh, nothing. So what is the purpose of you? I be just trying to understand why people give so much energy to some of this stuff or whatever. Focus on you, focus on your family, focus on your children. That's what I'm focused on. I have, other shit I need to be worried about than news stories. A lot more shit to be worried about besides news stories. So I just don't even care about that. Let's see. think that's it. I'm gonna just try to merge these videos together. Yeah, because black women really don't like themselves, and that's really the root of the issue. That's why black women won't deal with black women's issues, because black women don't really like themselves. But that's a whole other video for a whole other day. So, yeah, I'm going to try to merge these videos together, and hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. I'm going to try to take care of some personal business, and I have, like, readings I need to do, so I'll hit y'all later. And for those of you who are on my YouTube channel when I do upload this video, all my info will be in the description box below. Okay, bye.